So how do you select which chickens you're going to breed?
It kind of depends. Like I said, we do like to do the dual purpose and cold hardy, so I didn't want to do any of the like frou kind of breeds like the silkies. But also it needs to be kind of something that you're passionate about. It's hard because there's so many different breeds. We started out with the blue lace Wyandottes, but I'm actually probably gonna maybe move away from them a little bit. The Well Summer has really sparked my interest because it's kind of getting lost. The breed standard calls for really dark eggs, almost like a Moran, but everybody is chasing the light egg and speckles. So in the US, there is hardly any more dark Well Summers, so I kind of like to bring that back. So that's like one of the things that I would like to do. And then once you get into the genetics of the chicken, like if you do, we have a Silver Americana, which is a blue egg layer, because I wanted a variety of stuff to offer people. So if we do the blue egg layer with the Well Summer, which is a dark brown, putting those together, you can get a green egg layer. And then as you go from there, you can either breed back to the blue or the green and get more unique colors also. So it's kind of fun once you go down that rabbit hole of the genes and the genetics, what you can accomplish with that. I have a favorite Kana in there, which is a mix between a salmon Fabro and a Silver Americana. And I just did it kind of on accident, and a friend was like, you know, that's kind of like a thing now, it's a hybrid. And I was like, ooh, that's kind of cool. So then this year I was thinking about getting rid of them and trying to cut down, again, trying to go back to that quality. But then I found out on a genetics group that like the salmon Fabro has a really light colored leg, and the Silver Americana has slate legs. By breeding those two together, when they hatch out, the offspring, that first generation, the males will have a light leg and the females will have a slate leg. So it's kind of been a fun kind of project, and they're really cute birds. Plus they're like quirky and really fun for the kids. So I was like, oh, now I might have to keep doing those ones.
Yeah,
so things change, but it's kind of fun to pick those.
Are there any specific genetic traits that you prioritize for growth, feed efficiency, and disease resistance?
We do try to just concentrate on those hardy breeds. Even if you have a straight combed chicken, which is the higher comb, even though it's still cold hardy, it can get frostbite. There's kind of no way to really completely avoid that. And then anything that would kind of appear as kind of weak, we wouldn't breed that again. We'd probably either just turn it into an egg layer, sell it as a pet, or cull if we had to. And then that kind of strengthens. And also raising the chickens here after a couple years, they also get more hardy and disease resistant too.
How do you manage inbreeding and genetic diversity?
That is a really good question, because there's a lot of people breeding chickens right now, and a lot of them will get them from one breeder and then they start their flock. I look and join groups and then learn as much as I can about that breed, and then I go after like 2 or 3 of the best breeders and bring in eggs from both of them. You can breed like father to daughter and mother to son, but you really don't want to do sister to brother and breed direct siblings. You can do it so many times, but you never know how many times that other person did it before you. So I just kind of like starting with different lines and then working and improving on what I want to see in the birds and what the breed calls for.
How often do you bring in a new line?
Like every 5 years, probably.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen any changes in the traits of your chickens due to selective breeding?
Yeah, the blue lace Wyandottes is a really hard one to do because their legs are supposed to be yellow, which can be a lack of protein if they do start going too light, or it could be the inherited trait. And then there's a huge difference between like the hatchery and the breeder type. So we tried to select the best breeder, and then you have to keep the lacing really clean, but also like a nice mahogany color and not a brassy. So those ones are looking pretty good right now for that. It's been a work in progress for sure.